Pay your student loans. Reinvest into your, like, back into yourself. Like, and then why are you out here renting 5-bedroom houses and you don't have 5 bedrooms for people? You have you and your mom, and you're getting ready to ship your mom back to California, right? And I remember him coming to me wanting to do OnlyFans. I was like, what the fuck you want to do on OnlyFans? I want to do porn. I was like, listen, you're young. You're young. You wait till you get older, okay? Because if you do OnlyFans now, you can't erase that shit when you get older, okay? Now I'm thinking like a mom at this point. Like it's cute now because you're young, but now when you get a little older, that shit you ain't gonna be able to take that shit off the internet. You won't be able to have any real relationships. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coaching him, and I'm like, I'm not asking this guy for nothing. I'm not expecting this guy. I never told him to go live. Anytime somebody went live, I'm like, Storm, don't say nothing. Leave it alone. Even when he got dragged the way that he did, it was like a gut punch to me. But I was just like, damn, like, you cannot say anything because it's gonna get worse. You don't have what I have to come back at that, right? You don't, just leave it alone. Focus on your content. You're gonna win. And he did just that. He followed my lead. Like, focus on the fucking content. Let that shit grow you. But then he starts to date. Well, it's not even that he started to date. There was a young lady that is no longer subscribed to him.
You won't believe what just surfaced about Tasha K and Storm Monroe. After years of speculation, Tasha K finally opened up about why her relationship with Storm ended, and the details are shocking. Fans who followed her story for years couldn't imagine this coming. Imagine trusting someone with your heart, only to have that trust shattered in ways you never saw coming. According to Tasha, what seemed like small arguments at first quickly escalated into something far more serious. The betrayal wasn't just emotional. It cut deep, leaving scars that were impossible to ignore. Every decision, every secret, every lie slowly revealed itself, leaving Tasha questioning everything she thought she knew about the man she once loved. The moment she realized the truth, everything changed. What started as love and excitement turned into fear, disappointment, and a growing sense of urgency to protect herself and her reputation. Fans were stunned when she hinted that this wasn't just a personal heartbreak. It involved layers of manipulation and behind-the-scenes chaos that nobody expected. The affair, Tasha explained, wasn't a simple mistake. It was calculated.
That's what they look for. So the black woman was teaching the white lady how to twerk. And so the white lady's twerking, she ain't had no ass, Tasha. But I looked at the front of her bathing suit, and I had never seen labia lips that hung that low. So she was twerking in the back and the front.
I wish people could see my face.
Like, her was worn out. So I started to believe it to admit this because it was worn out, Tasha, for real. And so he was like, she takes it like a champ, and I'm trying to bring in more to my wife. But he said, look, you can't be scared. He said, I don't want scary. I need you to be able to get hard, stay hard. He said, can you handle that? And I said, well, look.
Wait a minute. Is this why people kept asking
they kept asking what happened in Mexico. So I told him, I said, look, I'm not a typical bull. Do you know what a bull is?
No.
So a bull would be like, you watch porn, right?
Yeah.
You know who Lexington Steele is?
Yeah.
Mandingo?
Yeah.
That would be a bull, a big, black, dark, muscular man, right? And usually you bring a bull in to basically breed the white woman. So you cream pie, you know what a cream pie is, right?
I think so.
When you ejaculate inside her and then she oozes it out. So typically that's a bull. That's bull and that's breeding.
Okay.
If you understand the culture.
Okay.
If you understand the culture. So I told him to say, I'm not the typical bull because typically they like 10 inches plus. So I'm like, all I got is 7. So I'm like, listen, are you sure? Because I'm not Lexington Steele. I'm more like a Brian Pumper. That's more me, okay? Mr. Marcus type, all right? Short and thick is more my thing. So
I'm so done.
I'm like, so we just saying it. I'm comfortable
tell us
now.
what happened in Mexico?
So I gave him my measurements. He gave me his. I didn't want to look down, Tasha, because I didn't want to make it obvious. I ain't gonna lie. If he'd have pulled it out, I'd have looked. Because I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen no shit like that.
That shit either. What are you talking about? 9.5 is the most I've seen.
I've never seen 12 ever.
Okay.
But anyway, but he was like, I got the biggest out here in this pool. I'll outmeasure any man out here. He was adamant. So I just took his word for it. Because, okay, fine. So I was like, I'm down. I was so down, Tasha. I was down.
You was ready.
I was ready.
So what happened?
What happened?
And the emotional fallout hit hard. For weeks, she tried to process what had happened, replaying every interaction in her mind, trying to figure out where it went wrong. Storm Monroe, a man many admired, became the center of a storm that nobody anticipated. Friends and confidants noticed the change in Tasha. Her energy was off. Her normally confident demeanor was replaced with moments of vulnerability and heartbreak. She admitted to feeling blindsided, a mixture of anger and sadness that made her question every memory of their time together. The public, meanwhile, couldn't stop speculating. Social media erupted with theories. Was it a momentary lapse, or was there a deeper plan behind it all? Everyone wanted answers, but Tasha stayed composed, revealing just enough to keep fans on edge, knowing the full story would shock the world when it was finally told. As the truth began to surface, the reactions from family and close friends added even more tension.
I said, this is an easy case. And I said, let me tell you something. I don't know what's going on with you lately. I don't know what's going on with you. I'm in court. Now I'm hearing that somebody stole your car. So there's all this crazy stuff. So you need to take some time to yourself and get it together. Vaughn said that you was doing coke. Vaughn said that? Yeah, the same nigga you sharing my messages with told me that you was a sherm head. Yes. He said that? Yeah, he said that. So I'm trying to tell you, why you didn't tell me? I'm telling you now. I was in court. I couldn't fucking tell you. I couldn't take my phone. What are you talking about? I just heard this 3 weeks ago, okay? They said that you had dealers coming to the fucking house with bags of coke. And you a YouTuber and you want to drag other motherfuckers for doing the very shit that you're doing? Come, what are you doing? I said, so I don't know what's going on with you, but I am going to give you some space.
Tasha's loved ones were protective, worried about how this revelation would affect her reputation. Some were furious, demanding accountability, while others tried to provide comfort amidst the chaos. Meanwhile, fans began connecting dots, pulling up old interviews, past social media posts, and previous statements from both Tasha and Storm. Wild theories circulated. Was Storm really guilty? Was Tasha exaggerating for attention? Or was there something much darker hidden beneath the surface? The story became a public puzzle, with millions trying to solve it in real time. Each day brought new insights, new suspicions, and new arguments online, leaving the audience captivated and hungry for the next update. Tasha remained calm but firm, letting the drama unfold while keeping the focus on her truth. Then came the pivotal moment, the turning point that changed everything. Tasha revealed a key incident that completely shifted public perception. This wasn't just a breakup.
You know, sleeping with the woman. She's a grown woman, but this is a woman. This is a woman with a career. And I always told him, don't f the subscribers. But because she was such a woman that had her together, she wasn't after him for his bag or anything like that. She had her own bag, right? You know what I'm saying? He decides to her. And I told him, I said, if you're gonna lead this woman on, don't even bother with her, okay? Because she truly likes you, okay? And I get it, it's been a while for you, but do not pursue it with her. So you know what he does? When this whole Vaughn situation, don't get me into that. When this whole Vaughn situation happened, and I should have known just by the way he treats his mother, that this eventually was gonna turn bad, even with me and with the young lady. But he is with Vaughn doing this light-skinned niggas podcast, dissing the lady. And I said, I'm watching the video, I'm like, so this is what pissed him off. I'm telling y'all what pissed him off. This is why it didn't have to do with Vaughn. It didn't have nothing to do with Chelsea. It had everything to do with me checking him behind the scenes about the way I said, let me tell you something. Yes, you're friends with Vaughn. Y'all got a podcast going, but you getting new and you feeling yourself. This is the only that you getting. This is a grown woman. This is not a 23-year-old woman. This woman is in her 30s. And I'm saying this behind the scenes, and this is when I went live, and I said Kiwi Studios had to form a separation so that if this lady wanted to file suit for sexual coercion or assault or anything because she's embarrassed that she went this far with you, I don't want Kiwi Studios associated with that. Like, no, because if I had known that you were like this, I wouldn't have. No.
It was a moment that exposed hidden agendas, secret dealings, and betrayals that went deeper than anyone imagined. The details, shared slowly and deliberately, left fans gasping, debating, and re-watching every clip and post from the past. And just when it seemed like the story had reached its peak, Tasha dropped a hint about what could happen next, leaving viewers hanging on every word. Questions now loomed large. Will justice be served? Will Storm respond? How far will the fallout reach? The suspense was unbearable, and the audience was left eagerly waiting for the next chapter. If you think this is the end, think again. This is just the beginning of a story that promises more drama, revelations, and shocking twists. Comment your thoughts, share your theories, and make sure to subscribe to stay updated. You won't want to miss what comes next.